Do you know that some personal finance tips can save you from financial headaches in the short run and increase your overall wealth in the long run? Well, if that isn't life-changing, what is? Stay with me till the end of this video and I will walk you through the rules that rich people like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and others such follow. Welcome to Wealthy Pace, the source of inspiration for future billionaires. If you are used to living from paycheck to paycheck with nothing to show at the end of the month, there are good chances that you need to manage your money better. And even if you are going through money problems, there are still chances that you can make improvements here and there. Well, then my friend, the advice in this video should help you do exactly that by telling you some interesting money rules that the rich know. Having good financial skills and knowing these money rules improve the quality of your life in all aspects. It will give you a better credit rating with no debts hanging over your head. And you will get a warm, satisfied feeling at the end of the month when you see you still have a decent amount of paycheck left that you put towards savings or investments. So before I further dive in, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. If not, then you are surely missing the content that might change your life for the better. So why wait? Let's jump right now into the 16 money rules that the rich know about. Number 1. Pay yourself first. So the end game is increasing your wealth, right? Therefore, the basic financial rule is to pay yourself first in form of savings. Better do that by keeping a separate savings account. And do you know the smart way of saving money? Well, make a monthly savings goal. As soon as you get your salary, put the savings money into a separate account. And another important thing to note is that keeping money in the bank is not going to serve you either. Make your money work for you. A far better option for keeping your savings is in a portfolio of stocks or real estate. And you would not be able to do that without a good amount of savings. So that is why you should have a financial goal each month and indicate it on your budget. You will find that having a savings goal will really motivate you to save more. That is because the thought of that money for investments at the end of the month and the long-term wealth they will bring you will be even more tempting than unnecessary purchases. And until you decide what kind of investment to put them into, place them into a savings account that is separate from your regular bank account. You should know that savings accounts have a slightly higher interest rate than bank accounts, but they are still small. The benefit is that by keeping your savings in a separate place, you are less likely to spend them. And in the end, paying yourself will be worth it. These savings will go toward what they are intended for, long-term investments. Number 2, keep an emergency fund. Keep aside a stash of money for the unexpected. You never know when you will need it. Unexpected repairs for your car or house or a piece of equipment you need to buy because something broke, unexpected medical expenses you are not insured for, and other unforeseeable events. If you do not have an emergency fund, you might end up digging into other expenses for these unexpected expenses. But if you do have some money put aside, you will be covered. On your budget, you need to put a small amount of money into this fund every month and only dip into it if it is really an emergency. You might think keeping an emergency fund is not that important, but believe me, it is. You will be thankful for this advice when you would not have to worry about expenses in case of an emergency. Number 3, make budget using 50-30-20 rule. This is perhaps the most essential of all the pieces of advice on the list. It is actually such a no-brainer that you might already know that you should be doing this, but a few people actually do. The reason is just that most people find it too boring to go through loads of numbers. But this habit can be life-changing for your financial scores. Make your budget in a way that you allocate 50% of the money to your actual needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings. This way, all your expenses will be covered, and you won't find yourself in a financially awkward position by the end of the month. And the best thing is that this habit will save you from spending extravagantly on impulse purchases. Another important thing about your budget is that your income should corroborate with your ideal budget and expenses. If your expenses are more than your income, you will have to find places to cut down some of those expenses. And if you are lucky, you will have more income than expenses. Well, then you can always add that amount to your savings, or you could justify that little extravagance and increase the budget for luxury shopping. Number 4. Avoid high-interest debt. The golden rule to financial freedom is to get your debt under control. The first and foremost priority should be to get rid of all the debts. If you cannot do that, try to get them under your control. And the thing is, you need to be vigilant when taking debts if you want your financial situation under control. And for that, you must avoid taking high-interest debts. For instance, you should especially avoid getting outstanding credit card debts because they have a very high interest rate. If you have trouble paying off your credit card bills, ditch them altogether. Also, schedule all your debt payments and make sure you pay them on time. At the very least, make the minimum payments, but if you can afford more than that, even better. The reason is simple. The longer you take to pay it off, the more interest you will end up paying. Also, if you have a number of debts, make a list of what the interest is on each, and first, work to pay off the ones with the highest interest rates. So the thing is, once you get your debts under control, you are already on your way to financial freedom. Number 5. Divide your bonus into 3 parts. Make your bonus a financial treat for yourself. But hold on. Think before spending it all on fun, because the fun part will be over before you know it. Rather, use this money smartly. But how to do that? Well, make a habit of dividing the bonus into 3 parts. Use a third of your bonus amount for your retirement savings. Yeah, that is important. Do not forget that. Next, use another third for debt paydown. Believe me, that sure will take a lot of financial burden off your shoulders. But if the interest rate on your debt is low, you can put that money in your retirement savings. And what about the third part? Well, go have fun with it. After all, that is what bonuses are meant for, aren't they? Number 6. Put all or a large percentage of your income raises into savings and investment. Well, this is important to understand. One of the most lethal financial blunders that poor people do is that they do not manage their income raises in a wealth-increasing manner. Rather, they act upon the more the better formula. That is to say, they end up spending all their money on their regular expenses. Even pay raises do not yield any profitable financial results for them. But of course, financially savvy people do not take income raises for granted. In fact, for these people, a pay raise is like an opportunity to make room for more savings or investments. So you see, these people eventually multiply their pay raises in the long run by yielding profit after profit from their investment. So if you have recently got a pay raise, take my advice and use it carefully. Number 7. Always take an employer 401k match. A must-follow financial advice is to always take an employer 401k match. Turning down this money is like giving up on your pay raise. Yes, you have heard that right. If you are confused, let me put the facts in a simple way. If you decide to take advantage of your employer's 401k plan, they'll help you set it up so that your contributions, which are usually a percentage of your salary, come out of your paycheck automatically. Many employers also offer a 401k employer match. That means if you put money into your account, they'll put some in too. This is actually free money, so it's in your best interest to contribute enough so that you're getting the full amount of the match. In other words, you should never turn down an employer 401k opportunity. This money is getting a 100% return, so why lose it? Number 8. Your home payment. Your home payment is a necessity, but that does not mean it should not be regulated in a financially prudent manner. The golden money rule for your long-term financial well-being is to keep mortgage and insurance less than 25% of your monthly income. If the amount exceeds, your finances will bear the brunt of debts. So it is important to keep your mortgage payment under control. A little tip that might come in handy to some of you is to always review your mortgage statement carefully. Also, try to make the largest down payment possible. This would save you from big financial headaches in the future. Number 9. When buying a car, use the 24-10 rule if you have to. It becomes almost indispensable to get into debt when buying a car. But that should not be a problem as long as you have the budget all planned out. But you might now be thinking, how to plan out a budget for buying a car? The answer is to use a simple formula of 24-10. You should know that financial experts created this rule to help people buy cars with minimum financial risk. This rule recommends you make a 20% down payment, take 4 years to pay back the car loan, and keep your transportation costs under 10% of your monthly income. This common rule will help you calculate whether your ideal car is a reasonable purchase or something you should avoid taking a risk for. And that is how, my friend, financially savvy people buy cars. Number 10. Make efficient retirement savings. When planning for retirement, the truth is that the earlier you start saving, the better off you could be, thanks to the power of compound interest. But even if you began saving late or have yet to begin, it's never too late to get started. This point on the list cannot be more emphasized. Having a secure financial future post-retirement is immensely important. If you ask me, I would recommend you put at least 15% of your income in your retirement savings account. I know this can be a huge sum, especially if you are already suffering on financial grounds. But retirement planning is not limited only to a savings plan. Your investments are also a part of your retirement plans. If you had not thought of it this way, well then, start doing so. Your savings and investments must be directed toward your retirement plans. Another important tip for retirement planning is to keep in mind the ever-present inflation factor. Only allocating a good sum of money into your retirement savings will take you toward your ultimate goal of financial freedom. Number 11. Use Rule 72 to make an estimate of the returns on your investment. The stock market is a tempting yet nerve-testing investment. There is no single way of predicting your returns, but there is a common method that financial experts recommend to newbies in the stock market. This formula, known as Rule 72, is a quick, useful formula that is popularly used to estimate the number of years required to double the invested money at a given annual rate of return. Alternatively, it can compute the annual rate of compounded return from an investment given how many years it will take to double the investment. While calculators and spreadsheet programs like Microsoft Excel have functions to accurately calculate the precise time required to double the invested money, the Rule of 72 comes in handy for mental calculations to quickly gauge an approximate value. For this reason, the Rule of 72 is often taught to beginning investors, as it is easy to comprehend and calculate. The Securities and Exchange Commission also cites the Rule of 72 in grade-level financial literacy resources. So this is how it works. To calculate the time period an investment will double, divide the integer 72 by the expected rate of return. The formula relies on a single average rate over the life of the investment. By doing so, you can get a general estimate of returns on your investment, and this will help you to make calculated financial moves. Number 12. Know the 4% rule. Here is another simple financial formula to make your financial life easier. So how does this 4% rule work? Well, simply stated, this rule provides you guidelines for our post-retirement spending. The 4% rule is easy to follow. In the first year of retirement, you can withdraw up to 4% of your portfolio's value. If you have $1 million saved for retirement, for example, you could spend $40,000 in the first year of retirement following the 4% rule. Every year, the amount of withdrawal is adjusted according to the rate of inflation. In other words, the 4% applies only in year 1 of retirement. After that, inflation dictates the amount withdrawn. The goal is to maintain the purchasing power of the 4% withdrawn in the first year of retirement. Number 13. Your net worth should be equal to your age multiplied by pre-tax income divided by 10. A net worth calculation is like GPS for your retirement savings. It tells you where you are now and which way you need to go to get to your destination. So it is important to know your net worth. There's no hard rule for determining your right net worth, but you should know if it's headed in the right direction toward a comfortable future. But how would you do that? Well, here is another interesting formula for you. The thing is, your net worth should be equal to your pre-tax income multiplied by your age, then divided by 10. For example, If you are 35 years old and have $100,000 in annual income, then your net worth should be $350,000. 35 multiplied by 100,000 divided by 10. And if your net worth is negative, strive to get it to a positive number. You're spending more than you earn. Cutting your spending is the first step toward turning the situation around. Paying off debts is the next one. Number 14. Before spending money, wait for 24 hours. This tip might be more useful than you think. Believe it or not, a majority of expenses are unnecessary and a burden on your finances. Especially, impulse purchases are lethal for your financial health. But here is an easy way to get rid of this habit of extravagance. Before you purchase anything, give yourself 24 hours at least. Allow yourself to take time and think if this is actually something you want to buy. After 24 hours, if you are still into buying it, then go ahead and make the purchase. But if after 24 hours, you decide that you do not need it, well then, here you go. You just saved yourself from an impulse purchase. I know some of you really find yourself unable to control your momentary impulsive habit of buying. But believe me, try this formula. It is definitely worth it. Number 15. Save for retirement first, then your children's education. So here is a trick question. What should get priority, saving for your retirement or for your child's education? Well, both are important long-term financial goals. As a parent, you might think about taking a loan on your Provident Fund or withdrawing retirement savings to fund your kids' education. But you should know that it can be risky because you won't have much time left to replenish or build your retirement fund. Besides, unlike your child, you do not have the option to take loans in your retirement period or get some external assistance like scholarships. So better not to be dependent on your children in your old age. So do yourself a favor and save money for your retirement. Number 16. Value time over money and experience over things. The last money rule on my list is to value your time and experience. This golden rule has never gone outdated over the centuries. Your time is your money. Learn to use it wisely, cherish your hobbies, and find time to invest in yourself. Money will make way to you. Yes, my friend, that is true. Happiness is directly linked to your time and experience. You will naturally be earning more money by doing a job that you love rather than doing the bare minimum at a job that you loathe. So that was all from today's video. Proceed to this video about the 5 money rules that wealthy people only know. Thank you.